So, this is going to be the 5th and final round of Swiss of the Milton Keynes Premier Challenge. So, I'm going to be going against the brother of a scrub, Justin Miller, who's going to be Jamie Miller's brother. He's going to be running dual primals with an Arcanine as well. And it's very interesting Arcanine, but it's a shame he didn't bring it to this match. But I'm going to lead off with my Gengar and Kyogre against his Cress and Salamence. So, he did send me a replay of him using this team just before this tournament, so that was probably a mistake. I'm pretty sure he showed me Trick Room. If he didn't, then I was just imagining it, but I'm pretty sure I saw Trick Room in that replay he sent me. So I am expecting Trick Room, and therefore I don't Mega my Gengar. Because if he goes for Trick Room, expecting me to either Ice Beam or Icy Wind his Salamence, then I will underspeed his Salamence next in the Trick Room. Looking back, that didn't really matter, because I could have always just Ice Beamed it whenever, so just underspeeding the Salamence didn't make any difference. I end up taking a bit more damage than I would have done otherwise, and I do a lot less damage to the Crest than I would have done. But there we go, I still get a decent amount of damage because of the critical hit with the Water Spout. It wouldn't have really mattered going into the next turn because he is going to go for the Trick Room. So I could have just Ice Beamed that Salamence and then Shadow Balled the Crest. Unless he had Psychic. If he had Psychic, I wouldn't have been able to Shadow Ball it, but he does end up having Ice Beam. So my Gengar will live that, because Ice Beam is not going to do much damage at all. I do go for Water Spout because I crit him, and it does take out the Salamence, so I would have, if I wouldn't have crit him, I would have gone for the Ice Beam on the Salamence and Shadow Ball onto Crest. I don't know why I Sludge Ball there, that's interesting. Can't think of the reason why I don't go for Shadow Ball, because he potentially has Ferrothorn and Groudon, so Shadow Ball's just better. What was his other one? It's Arcanine and I can't remember what the other Pokemon was, so Sludge Bomb didn't really make any sense, but worked out, still KO'd the Crest, but he's down to his last two Pokemon, and he's got 3 turns of Trick Room. So I can stall it out, I can protect, and then sack my Gengar here, and then switch out and then protect again. So I'm going to protect my Kyogre and sack the Gengar. He could have gone for Origin Pulse and missed my Gengar, which would have been very nice. He's always going to Power Whip into the Kyogre, but he is going to have Scald, so 100% accurate will knock out Gengar, because Scald is a very good move on Kyogre. I do like it, even though I'm not running it on my own. But I'm going to bring in my Scizor, and I know that I underspeed the Kyogre, so I can get a superpower off onto the Ferrothorn before he attacks with his Kyogre. Now here, looking back, I don't agree with this play, because I think my Rayquaza was a lot more important than my Kyogre in this situation. Because he's going to go for the Power Whip. It wouldn't have knocked out my Kyogre because I found out he was leftovers after this superpower, which doesn't quite knock it out, but it leaves it in range of any other move. And he does make a very nice play and goes for the Power Whip onto the Kyogre slot, as well as the Ice Beam onto the Kyogre slot. So I'm going to lose my Rayquaza here. So I really should have stayed in with Kyogre, because a Power Whip would not have knocked out my Kyogre without a crit, and a combination of Ice Beam and Power Whip is very unlikely to knock out my Kyogre. So I would have been able to get an Origin Pulse off, or an Ice Beam onto the Ferrothorn. Ice Beam onto the Ferrothorn would have been better, but I lose my Rayquaza, which puts me in a terrible position. So I'm still going to underspeed this Kyogre for one more turn. This is the last turn Trick Room, so I'm going to avoid the Power Whip, and I do Superpower the Kyogre. So I don't know if it would have been better to just knock out the Ferrothorn and make it a 1v1 with the Kyogres. But as well as Scald, he is going to end up having Origin Pulse as well. And Origin Pulse is a brilliant move and misses my Scizor. So it doesn't look like it would be that crucial, but through the next few turns, Scizor being alive is actually quite crucial, because it turns his Origin Pulse, it keeps his Origin Pulse more like as double target damage. If I'd have lost my Scizor there, Origin Pulse would have turned into single target. So I'm going to go for the Water Spout because I know that it's 100% accurate and Origin Pulse is terrible. I do crit the Kyogre there, so that was quite fortunate, but he is going to go for Origin Pulse and connect this time. So if I'd have lost my Scizor, that would have been single target damage on my Kyogre, and another Origin Pulse would have knocked me out. But because he missed my Scizor, I'm now not in range of single target Origin Pulse. So that's crucial. He doesn't end up going for the double protect or anything with Ferrothorn, he just sacks it off. And he is going to go for Origin Pulse to try and get the single target damage, and he is going to miss his Origin Pulse because it is such a bad move. But I'm going to finish him off with a Water Spout, so that Origin Pulse, the second one, didn't matter. I was definitely out of range of single target Origin Pulse without a crit, so his best play would have been to go for the Scald Burn, but because he missed the Scizor originally, that was the big one. If he wouldn't have missed that, then missing the second one would have been crucial, but there we go. Origin Pulse is just such a bad move. Don't run it. I'm running it, but don't run it, it's really bad. So I do end up going 4-1 in Swiss, going into cut, just in cut as well, so it didn't matter the result of this match, it would have just been seedings, but both of us would have ended up cutting regardless of the result, so he missed his Origin Pulse, he was a bit annoyed, but it didn't matter in the end, apart from who we faced. So moving on to quarterfinals.